China looks set to deploy a railgun on a destroyer by 2025. China looks set to beat the US to the punch on a naval railgun, which the US has spent more than $500 million and a decade on, by deploying their game-changing weapon on a Navy ship. But the complicated railgun doesn't even have to work to succeed, as it looks like Beijing's doing it to embarrass the US. The US Navy first started work on a railgun in 2005. For years, the Navy struggled to rein in the wild technology that allows a railgun to fire a projectile at such high velocity that it will make a devastating impact without an explosive charge. Some grounded tests of the Navy's railgun produced fantastic imagery, but it remains far from battle-ready and may never be fielded on a warship. Earlier this year, a Chinese Navy ship appeared on the water with a railgun of its own, thereby succeeding where the Navy had failed for over a decade to actually put the weapon on a ship. Later in June, CNBC cited a US intelligence report that said China had been working on its railgun for 7 years, and was just another 7 from deploying a working model on a ship. It's pretty obvious that China is working towards that goal, and probably faster than the US is. Melody Ha, part of the Center for New American Security's Asia-Pacific Security Program, told Business Insider. It's very possible that they will mount a working railgun on a ship by 2025, said Ha, but everything is not always as it appears with the Chinese military. A railgun doesn't even really make sense. Instead of using gunpowder, pure electricity powers the railgun's projectiles. But despite the lack of explosives, railgun projectiles still cause fireballs because the round travels so fast the air and metal itself combusts under the immense friction. This indicates the massive amount of electricity needed to fire the railgun, which is a big problem for China or any warship. The US has proposed putting a railgun on the new Zumwalt class of destroyer. The Chinese will reportedly put the railgun on the Type 055 destroyer. The Zumwalt produces twice the electricity of the Type 055, according to HA.